Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and on today I wanted to share how you can repair your credit without going through a credit counseling company. So if you would like to get some tips on repairing your credit, then continue to watch this video. When I was out of high school, it was such a big deal. It was to get a credit card. I don't know why. So right out of high school, I probably got 3 to 5 credit cards. I did pretty good with them for the most part, but over time at some point I did not manage the credit cards well, which resulted in me having some credit card debt and lowered my credit scores. Sometimes these are things that we don't really talk about, but I think it's very important as you are entering the world on your own to maintain your credit. It would make life so much easier. So when it was time for me and my husband to purchase a home, and we looked at our credit report, our credit was not good. And so we had to go through several steps to repair our credit so that we could purchase our home. And I just wanted to share this information so that hopefully no matter what level or walk of life, the path where you're at right now, these are steps that you can take that will help you to repair your credit so that you can make whatever large purchase that you would like to make in the future. So the very first thing I would like to start with is you need to check your credit report. There are 3 major credit reporting agencies that keep track of your credit. What is your credit? They're keeping track of, are you paying your bills on time? Are you not paying your bills at all? Do you have medical bills? Have you had bankruptcies, tax liens? There are different businesses and lenders that you may deal with that report to these agencies. The 3 agencies are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You do have an option of going on each of their sites and pulling your credit report. Understanding your credit report is very important if you are trying to make any large purchase in the future. When looking at your credit report, one thing I would suggest is everything accurate? Check over everything and make sure that the records that have been reported is accurate. Is this information, is the amount owed accurate? Is the agency or the business that's reporting this, is that something that you done? It's very important, and this is also how we prevent fraud, is to pay attention to our credit. If something is on your credit report and it is not something that you may remember or that you don't think you did or it was your purchase, then I would suggest you filing a dispute. Each website has very simple, straightforward information on how you can file a dispute on your credit report, and you will allow them time to review, and then a determination will be made. My main tip to repairing your credit without a credit repair company is, once you have reviewed your report, it is vital that you print it or have some type of copy of it, or make sure that you have access to it. You're going to look for the lowest debt. Maybe there's a $300 cell phone bill, or maybe there's a light bill that's on there. Whatever the case, whatever the bill may be, whatever the debt is, the lowest one, that's where you're going to start. Start with the lowest one. You're going to contact that particular business or company, and you are going to try to settle your account. Many times the companies will settle the accounts for sometimes half off, sometimes 30% off. It really just depends. So you would have to negotiate with that company, but you can settle the account. If the company is not willing to settle the account, you can certainly pay it off. Oh, I don't have $300 to pay it off. Okay, so in this case, when you don't have the full amount up front, you can set up a payment plan. The companies are very generous, even if it's $10, I've seen before, even if it's $10 a month, they will work with you because they want the debt to be cleared, and you certainly want to clear it for your name. It may take 3 months, it might take 6 months, whatever the case may be. Start doing what you can now so that it does not affect you when you are at a point in life when you need to purchase a car in your name, or you want to purchase a home, whatever major purchase it is that you're going to want. I would suggest that you begin to pay your debt down now. So pay attention to it. And again, start with the lowest bill, medical bill, whatever it may be. Start with the lowest one and begin to pay that off. And I do believe that these records stay on your credit report for 7 years. It takes 7 years for something to fall off of your credit report. So I would urge you to begin now. Another tip or suggestion I have for building or rebuilding your credit is to get a secured card. As I was rebuilding my credit, I got a $200 secured card. Many companies offer secured credit cards. That means I send in the $200 and my money was put on a card. And what you have to be sure of is that that company will report to the credit reporting agencies. If they're not reporting to the agencies, that's not the company or the card brand that you would like to go with. With this particular $200 card, don't use it. Buy something for $5 or less on the card, pay it immediately, and just let that continue to look as good graces for your credit. It seems like it won't help, but truthfully, it really does help. Another tip I would suggest, don't make any large purchases. So while we were looking for a home, I was also looking for a vehicle. I had it in the back of my mind that there were 2 large purchases that I wanted to make. The most important purchase that we were up against was definitely the house. I pursued the house first, but shortly after I was able to obtain a home, I went ahead and got a car as well. So the thing is, you want to make sure that you're making great decisions when things are going to impact your credit. While you're building your credit, you want to make sure, really in all times of life, not just when you're building your credit, you want to be living within your means. What does that mean? We don't want to make purchases just to keep up with the people around us. And these are purchases maybe that we cannot afford. How do you know if you can afford it? Do you have some money saved in the bank? If you have no money saved in the bank or wherever you may save your money, in a book, wherever you save your money, if you have no money set aside, you cannot afford to probably make the purchase that you want to make. Do you have food, shelter, everything that you need? Do you already have that? Or are you going to make this purchase but be lacking on your light bill? Are you going to go make this purchase for these designer items, but you don't have food in your refrigerator? We want to make very rational decisions with our money. So it might mean that we cannot make the purchase right now for that designer item. However, we can set aside some money from each check so that we can get it maybe in a few weeks. So instead of buying something instantly, can we save toward that? And trust me, you will appreciate being able to save toward that and knowing that your cell phone or that your light bill or that your rent is paid. When we live above our means, we don't think about the consequences of the purchase that we're getting ready to make because we want to keep up with society. So it's very important as we are maturing and getting older and taking responsibility for managing our money, it's very important that we make rational decisions and we think about, can I afford this? Can I not afford this? Because in reality, it will affect your credit. If you cannot afford that purchase, something else is going to be lacking. Maybe it's your rent is going to be late. Maybe it's, I can no longer afford the cell phone, whatever the case may be. And that will be reported to the credit reporting agency. So it's very important that as we are taking responsibility for our money and managing our money, that we make good decisions. The process of rebuilding your credit can certainly take a while. It could take months. It can take years. So pay attention to the purchases that you want to make in the future. Keep track of your credit. Make sure that all accounts are accurate that are on your credit, and begin to purchase wisely. Save your money so that it can go towards those larger purchases. But most of all, these little tips will help you to repair or build your credit without a credit agency. If you like videos like this, and if you would like more videos like this, feel free to leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe below.